Welcome to Teaching Moments. My name is Hillary. Today I'm going to do this next part of our series that I've been working on, and that's to show you some projects that we've done in the past. You can either use these projects to do Christmas gifts, or you can just have them as projects to do with your kids or grandkids, or you can use them like we do for when we homeschool, to have them in your homeschool class. So today we're going to do some canvas projects and a couple other projects that you would hang on the wall. So the first thing I want to show you is something that my son made for my husband. This says Dad Rocks. We are missing a couple of rocks. They fell off and I couldn't seem to find them to glue them back on for you guys. But I think you get the idea. So what we did is we took these rocks, which you can find in the area with the vases and the flowers, and this is what they look like in their natural state. And then we painted a few of them so that the contrast, you could see the different letters better. And then we hot glued them onto the canvas. It makes a pretty cool gift. It's a pretty heavy gift. So if you're hanging this on a wall, be sure that you have a really good hook to hook it on. The next project I have here is something that I made for my son. I took some painter's tape and I put it in stripes here. So there's painter tape on these parts, and then I went ahead and painted everything else blue. And I took off the painter's tape to give it the stripe effect. And then I outlined the letter with paint. You might be able to see in here, there is an outline of paint. And then within the letter, I went ahead and hot glued all these little buttons on here. It took a little bit of time, but it worked out well, so it was absolutely worth it. Next is a picture that my daughter and my son made for me. I used to be a ballerina. I used to do dancing, so they made this for me. And they used on the skirts here, you can see these are crayons. I believe she glued them on here. I'm not sure. And then she used the hair dryer to melt it to give it the effect of the girls wearing skirts. It's very pretty gift. We also have this one that I made for my daughter because she loves to sing. So this is a lot easier than it looks. There's these cardboard-like letters that you use for bulletin boards in schools, and I have some around. And so with the pencil, I outlined those letters, and then I painted them. And then, no, I'm not that good of an artist. I actually used a projection. I found this on the computer, and then I traced the bird, and then I painted it. And it turned out very nice. There's two more items I wanted to show you, but they're not actually canvas, but they still are something to hang on the wall. It's string art. I don't know if you guys have heard of string art, but it's really fun to do. And in this project, also sometimes the kids can learn how to saw if you didn't get the right size wood. Or this is actually an old door from a desk that we no longer use. We took apart the desk and we decided to use some of these for the string art that we like to make. So my husband helped them out with this, and it also taught the kids how to use hammer and nails and get it exactly where they want. They found the item that they wanted online, and they drew it onto the wood, and then that would be the line of where they would hammer their nails into. And then they found the string, and then they just strung it around, and then it makes your object. It's a pretty nice picture. So this is an example of what it looks like on a wood piece. But here is one. Oh, I have a black background, so I'm going to try to stand behind it. This is like a black wood. So you can get woods in all sorts of different colors. And then you can get the string in all sorts of different colors as well. One last project I would like to mention is something that I made for my daughter, but I decided not to take it off of her wall. It's a mirror, And this is a really great thing, I think, to do for girls especially once as they get older into their teen years. So I put her name at the top, and then around the sides of the mirror, I painted words. And for us, because we have such a deep faith and we love the Lord, I prayed about what words to put on there to reflect to her. So the words like beautiful, chosen, dearly loved, things like that. And then I found Bible verses that go with it, and I wrote it on a piece of paper and I gave it to her with her. So that way when she's looking in the mirror, she can look at these words that say beautiful and loved, instead of all the words we think of in our heads when we look at mirror as a woman. And so that's just to give her, to train her brain in a better way than what typically a woman's mind will think. So that has been a very meaningful gift for her. If you want to see more on that, you can go to my blog at shiningtheloveofjesus.wordpress.com or .org, I don't know which. shiningtheloveofjesus.wordpress. And if you go to the December of 2017, you'll find one called Homemade Christmas, and on there you will see a picture of the mirror and a little bit more detail about how I did that project. So here's a few ideas for the canvas or wall hangings. I hope that you've enjoyed them, and I hope that it helps you with some things that you want to do with your kids. Thank you for watching.